I want to tell you a testimony that happened a couple years ago. You heard lately that I've been giving testimonies that happened within the last couple of years, not specifically like, very recently. I have some catch-up time to do, and it's been bearing on my heart lately. Before I go any forward, I'm supposed to, give witness to things that happened, leading up to this time in my life. I was, for the past couple of years especially, I've been low on money, and I've realized it hasn't been really anything that I've been doing, but it's been because, the Lord is training me. He's training me to rely on Him, and not so much, have money as my focal point. And I didn't realize this. I just thought like, oh God, I've got to get money. I've got to get money. I'm going to go crazy if I don't get money. If I don't have a way to pay this. If I don't have a way to get on my feet. So I guess I'll try and skip quite a few details because there's a lot of supernatural in this, and a lot of times we don't realize it's something supernatural. We just see it as like, oh, coincidence or random, or we don't want our minds to go there, because when we think of supernatural, we think of like, some big, surprise, or, light coming down, or some spiritual encounter or something. And we really need to pay attention, and see things for what they really are. I was riding my bike, and I was going down a certain street in the morning, and, a fairly busy street. And, the traffic was full. I can't remember exactly where I was going. I was going to like some random job, and I see on the sidewalk as I'm going down, I see what looked like a quarter and a penny, and I quickly stopped the bike, and I'm thinking, oh Rob, really, in front of all these people, like, see, there goes that self-esteem issue, that pride issue. Oh, in front of all these people, you're gonna stop dead just like that just to pick up a quarter and a penny? And then the other side's like, who cares, man? That's a quarter. You don't find a quarter on the street. So I turned around, I picked up, it was a quarter and a penny that were in a specific, obviously they were just sitting the way that they were. And I remembered it. So I picked them up and I put them in my pocket, and I'm like, I don't care what those people think. They're not living my life. No one knows me. So I proceeded and did what I was heading out to do. I was exhausted on the way back. The whole day went by, I was exhausted. I was riding back, and I don't know, man, within 50 feet of the same location, opposite direction that I was in the morning, traffic again, and I looked down and I spotted what I thought was the same thing, and I was like, wait, hold on a minute. Nah, I just kept going for a minute. I was like, no, stop. Turn around, I gotta see this. Turn around, and I went back. I looked down. It was a quarter and a penny. Exactly in the same pattern, exactly in the same position, but in a different location than the morning, but in the same general area. I was like, what, something just struck me as weird. Even the exact same scratch patterns, like wear patterns that were on them, exactly. I don't remember if I still had the quarter and the penny from the morning. Maybe you spent it or something, I don't remember. But I just remembered that it was exactly identical. Like, there was no difference. I was like, what? This is weird. So it caught my attention. And I started thinking, I was like, Lord, is that you? Are you trying to tell me something? What? So I was analyzing the whole situation, analyzing, what could this possibly mean? Was it with a quarter and a penny? What are you trying to tell me? And I wasn't grasping anything. So I went home, and this is to the best of my memory. All the details that I'm trying to remember them all. I went home, and I remember at that point I was reading a certain part in the Bible, so I started reading more. I was like, maybe if I just finish this certain story or finish this section, then I'll see the answer. I kept reading, but I just felt like, no, it's not here. What is it? Where is it? And I started looking through the concordance for clues, or looking around in different areas for clues, and praying and asking, what is it? What is it? I felt strongly, like, look it up on the internet. Maybe there's something with a quarter on a penny. Is it 25? Is it 26? You know, what am I looking for? I found through, like, a lot of research, just looking for different clues. I think it's through Wikipedia. I think that's where it was. And I found 26. And it's because I started then taking my mind off, taking my focus away from the quarter and a penny, and just started focusing on 26. I focused on 26, and I came upon, like, you know, what 26 means in different areas. And then I found the answer, and the answer almost blew me away. Like, I was startled when I found it. I was like, gasp for air, like, oh my God. Like something just hit me right in dead center. 26 is a number for YHWH, or Yahweh. I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. And I knew it wasn't coincidence. It wasn't just something I was making up, because it was exact. You know, that, like, as I explained a minute ago, the patterns were exact. I was like, what is going on here? That is nuts. The number for the Hebrew number for Yahweh is 26, and I was like, and then it came together. It was like, don't focus on the money. He used money to tell me to focus on Him, because that's what I was focusing on. He says, don't focus on the money. I'm your provider. You don't need. Look at me. Look to me through everything. And I started thinking, how am I going to do that, man? I've got all these worries and these concerns, these troubles with my heart. I can't, you know, these things have to be solved. He's telling me, you focus on me. That's not the end of it, though. A short time later, maybe, I don't know, man, a couple days later or something, I really don't remember the interval of time, but it hits straight on it. I used somebody's car, and I went down to Newton to work on someone's car, because I was doing online automotive repair, and it was a very brisk day. I went down, like, you know, I didn't have too much on. I probably had a couple sweatshirts or something, but it became pretty brisk, and it took me forever to work on this guy's car. I mean, we kept running into stumbling blocks and had to, you know, go pick up extra parts, and we're running down to the end of time, and I finally got it repaired, finally got everything done. I thought it was never going to end. I was really ready, and someone kept calling me and saying, hey, when are you going to be done? When are you going to be done? Hurry up, let's go. It's like, all right, it's the person I was going out with at the time. And he kept at, he asked me, he goes, hey, do you want a jacket? I was like, no, actually, I have a coat. I do have a coat. I just didn't bring anything. I was like, I'll be okay. And my hands, they were almost frostbitten. They were so cold. He comes out of the house. Not only did he pay me, what I had asked him for, but he also gave me a coat anyway, and it was a nice coat. And not only was it a nice coat, but it was exact fit. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I was very appreciative, and I thanked him so much. And I was on my way home. I got home, and I was playing around with the coat, and like, wow, this is amazing, man. He gave me the perfect coat for me, and it was like the perfect fit. I was like, thank you so much, Lord. This is amazing. Then I felt something jingling. I said, what is this? I started feeling through all the little pockets, and I noticed down inside. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that would be nuts if there was 26 cents in this jacket. So I pulled the change out, and there was an amount of change. It wasn't what I was looking for. I was like, wait a minute, there's something else in here. There's cash. I was like, oh, no doubt. So I pulled the cash out. It was $26. I was ecstatic. The Lord was showing me, I'll give you more than you're looking for. I'll give you more than you can imagine. All right? From 26 cents to $26. That's a huge fold, okay? That's a very big fold. I did get in touch with the guy and say, hey, listen, you left money in the pocket. He didn't realize that he had left any money in the pocket. And I didn't offer to give him back. I just let him know that, hey, I owe you this much service, so let me know next time you need something. I I think I heard from the person once or twice otherwise. But anyway, so that's the point of this whole thing. 26 is a Hebrew number for Yahweh. Okay, is a number. However I state that. It's hard. It's hard to focus on God and not focus on money, especially when you're in a really strong financial need. But so many things he's done since then. One, he filled my apartment with furniture, and it was actually what I was looking for. Sometimes it was what I wanted and didn't even know that I wanted it, okay? He's performed things that I thought I had to have money for, but instead he took care of them in his way. He doesn't necessarily want us to buy everything. It's just like, like a father, right? You don't want your kid to do everything. It's like you want to be able to provide something. You want to be able to give them a gift, Like, oh, Dad, and then, he gets upset because he doesn't get what he wants when he thinks he wants it. But then you turn around and you say, well, watch this. Because you want him to love you. You want to shower him with good things. Well, it's the same thing with God. If we're just reliant on everything that we comprehend as good, then we have no need to want him, right? And he knows that we're not going to love him unconditionally. Well, for most of us, so anyway. So if I have money all the time, if I have a great salary, and God will just be something like, hey, thanks God, it won't be with a fullness of heart. So he wants to erect and awake your fullness of heart. Okay, he says, love me with all of your heart and all your mind. Well, he's helping us to do that too, because he knows that we aren't capable of doing it. Usually only lip service. Oh, I love Jesus. He knows the difference. He knows it. It's not that you're lying or anything. He knows the difference. He knows what our weaknesses are. And if it really came down to it, if you to love him unconditionally, you wouldn't know the first thing about how to do it. And he recognizes these things. I hope that testimony helps you in thinking about them. I'll bring some more testimonies out, but I wanted to clear my chest on this one. All right. Have a great one.